Hello everyone, Smith is with you, and today we will talk about such burning topics as neural networks. This concerns an extensive layer of work, starting from the controller on the bus, ending with the programmer who wrote the same neural network. Some may think that programmers working with neural networks are in some way suicidal who are chasing benefits. But there is also a way out of these situations, to learn new things. A new profession immediately comes to mind, which will appear in the near future, a neural network operator. This is a person who works with neural networks, develops them and integrates them into various systems. Today we will dig in the direction of those who may have already killed the artist's profession. And it's up to us, the three Dashniks. These are not empty words. Next video I will show the work of one of the neural networks, which can already knock you out, and in the near future and finish you off. So, let's go from afar. We need to find out what it is in general, these neural networks of yours, and why everyone is so afraid of them. Neural networks are computer programs that learn to solve problems in the same way as the human brain does. They are designed to simulate the work of the nervous system of humans and animals. Well, actually, neural networks originate from this name. It consists of many nodes that are connected to each other and learn based on the data provided to them. That is, they will not be able to come up with anything completely new, only repeat it by mixing what has already been created. But, as they say, everything has already been created before us. But now there is so much information on the internet that you can take thousands of examples and mix it all into one perfect answer. There are a lot of them. From those who can respond to chats, such already work successfully in Yandex, to those who themselves can compose a symphony and turn a piece of canvas into art. Okay, we understood how neural networks were created, what they were created for. But we, the creators, are interested in more narrowly focused neural networks, such as DALL-E or Midjourney. Here they work a little differently. Neural networks that can draw consist of two parts: generator and discriminator. The generator tries to create drawings, from the discriminator it tries to determine whether the drawing is created by the generator or real. They both study together to improve their results. The generator receives feedback from the discriminator and is getting better at creating drawings that are difficult to distinguish from real ones. Thanks to these neural networks, you can get some textures, make Prevel and much more. So far, this is a good tool in the hands of artists, since there are disadvantages here. Let's say like these. But as soon as neural networks learn not to make such mistakes, they will massively begin to displace artists from this sphere. And they will remain, but only very popular ones. In addition, you will need to learn how to work hand in hand with neural networks in order not to leave the world and not go to the margins of history. Since it is better for a developer to pay for a subscription to a neural network than to pay a lot of money to an artist who draws for a long time, it is also expensive. Even those who have already implemented neural networks into their process are doing the work much faster. And what will happen next is even difficult to imagine. And immediately, so as not to be unfounded, I will show an example of one neuron for 3D, namely Audon for a blender that helps to texture. I couldn't install it myself, because I have a newer version of the blender and half of the functionality has fallen off. But even with such cropped functionality, I can already generate textures for myself that were previously sold on some sites. You know, such textures and a watermark on top of them. So, these sites are no longer needed. I can use a neural network to generate a texture for myself. And now I will show you the full version of Audon, which is not cropped, as I have in functionality. As you understand from this video, you just put some material on it, then write what you want to see on this material and the neural network simply imposes a texture in the future. You can degenerate it somewhat, improve its quality, and already now it can help to create wonderful backdrops in games. Now you say, you promised us the killer of 3 Dashnikov, where is she? I'll tell you about it now. But first I would like to show you one simple funny neuron that will help in 3 days of visualization. And its name is Renvale Jr. So far, it is a platform with various neural networks that help developers, designers, artists, and so on to create their projects, while spending much less time to do what they basically do not know how to do. Let's say there is an Aishka on the site that does motion capture or that does background replacement. Or there are a lot, just dozens of pieces of these neurons and all useful. One of those that can help us is the background remix. Allows you to replace the background on static objects. That is, if you have made some object and you need a background for it, but you don't want to be steamed up with it, you just put what you want there and get the result. And now I will show you a small excerpt of all the programs. And all this miracle, of course, is free. Free for you and for everyone, well, I think the next 5 months. And then it will be for a subscription, like all the other Aishki. And now we are finally moving on to development from the company NVIDIA, and this is Get 3D. It is capable of creating 3-dimensional models based on 2-dimensional images, such as photographs and paintings. Yes, by the look of it now you can't say that they will be able to quickly replace 3 Dashnikov, but they will be able to fill in the backdrops in the games. Only now it is not known what kind of grid there is or what optimization is. But it's scary as hell when they show you a neural network that can make 3D models, and in such quantity and quality. She is now essentially a fetus, but already works at the level of June. And what will happen in 5 years? I assume that it will be so. Even those who are now engaged in 3D drawing, in 5 years will be able to become good specialists, but at the same time use a lot of neural networks. Somewhere you will need to quickly make a backdrop, somewhere a texture, somewhere an insignificant object. In 5 years, it will be impossible to start with June and reach the senior, since neural networks will perform June's work. Perhaps the training format will change and you will need to first learn neural networks, and only then the basics of 3D or drawing. But I can say one thing for sure, the world is developing very fast now. Now any first grader is smarter than an adult who lived 200 years ago. Perhaps in 5 years any June will be more productive than any current leader. And by the way, about the TV, which I talked about in the Telegram channel, which is located at the link in the description. This video helped to make the neural network 50%. I'll tell you about it in my Telegram channel a couple of hours after the video is released. That's it for me. Thank you all for watching and see you in the next video.